Hello, advanced math friends. We are going to be working on Unit 5, Lesson 11, Dividing Rational Numbers. And we're actually going to go ahead and skip over to Activity 11.2, which is on page 168 if you have your book. So on this page, it says find the missing values in the equations. So I'd like you to pause this video, go ahead and solve those, and then unpause when you're ready, and I'll give you the answers. All right, so for A, we have negative 3 times 4. So you're going to get negative 12. For the next one, negative 3 times negative 4 is 12. C, 3 times positive 4 is 12. And D, negative 3 times negative 4 is 12. And finally, negative 3 times positive 4 is negative 12. Now we need to rewrite each of those factor problems as division problems. So go ahead and pause again and write them as division sentences. All right, so let's start at the top. We're going to start out with that answer, negative 12. And let's see, let me choose a different color. All righty, so negative 12 divided by a negative 3 is going to be equal to positive 4. Our next problem, we're going to start out with a positive 12 divided by a negative 3 is going to be equal to a negative 4. Next one, positive 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. And now we're on D, which is going to be 12 divided by negative 4 is equal to negative 3. And the last one, E, negative 12 divided by positive 4 is equal to negative 3. All right. I move on. So we need to complete these sentences. So again, go ahead and read through those and see if you can't solve each one of those and tell whether it's going to be positive or negative in your answer. And then come back and I'll give you the answers. All right, the sign of a positive number divided by a positive number is always positive. The sign of a positive number divided by a negative number is always negative. The sign of a negative number divided by a positive number is going to be negative. And the sign of a negative number divided by a negative number is always positive. And a way to kind of think about those is to, when you have that division sentence, sort of flip it around and do it as a multiplication sentence in your head. And if you have those rules for multiplication memorized, then you'll have no problem with the division. Okay, so let's move on to the final activity. Okay, Han and Claire walk towards each other at a constant rate, meet up, and then continue past each other in opposite directions. We will call the position where they meet up 0 feet, and the time when they meet up 0 seconds. Han's velocity is 4 feet per second. Claire's velocity is negative 5 feet per second. Where is each person 10 seconds before they meet up. Okay, so this again has to do with the positive and negative velocity, and it's just trying to give you sort of a visual for how positive and negative numbers work. So what I like to do is draw a number line. If you have a way of solving that without a number line, go ahead and do that. Pause the video, do that, and then come back and see what I come up with. All right, so I'm going to draw this number line, and I'm going to put 0 down here, and this is going to represent my feet. And up here, I'm also going to have a 0, and that's going to represent my seconds. Now, Claire, because she has a negative velocity, that means Claire is actually going from east to west. Han has a positive velocity, so he is going from west to east. All right, so let's go back to our number line, and we will start with Claire. So if Claire is going to be 10 seconds before they meet up, and she goes -5 feet per second. So I'm basically just going to put in these 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's my 10 seconds before they meet. And Claire is over here on this side because she's traveling from this side. And so if that has been those 10 seconds, and for each second she goes 5 feet, Claire is actually going to be over here at 50 feet. All right. Then if we want to take a look at our friend Han, Han is starting on this side, and he's moving at a different speed. He has 4 feet per second, but we still need to know those 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Han, who's over here, is moving in this direction. Since each one of these seconds, he's going 4 feet, we can count by fours, or we can just do 4 times 10. So Han is at 40 feet, -40 feet, -40 feet, because he's over here on this side. All right, so that's the answer for A. Let me get all that work out of the way, and we can try and come up with an answer for B. Again, I'd ask you to pause the video, try it out for yourself first, and then come back and see what I come up with. All right, when each person is at the position of -10 feet from the meeting place, when are they there? When are they -10 feet from the meeting place? All right, so let's go ahead and draw that number line again. And we've got their meeting place right here. All right, and so this is -10 feet. And so now this is going to be for both of them on the negative side of the number line. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that in over here. That is going to be 10 feet. And the question is, where will each of them be? So Han, since he is coming from this direction, moving that way, and let's see, let me get a different color for Han. Han's going this way, right? So Han is at 10 feet. Remember, he goes 4 feet per second. So he's kind of going to have 4 feet, 4 feet, and then 2 more. So this is 1 second, 2 seconds, and then this is actually a half of a second. So at this point, Han has not met up with Claire yet. So he's at a -2.5 seconds. That's where he will be at this -10 feet. Now, Claire will have already passed the meetup point. So Claire, again, is moving in this direction. She passes the meetup point, and then she continues on For to get to the 10 feet, she goes at 5 feet per second. So she's got 5, 10, 5, 10. So that's going to be 2 seconds. And it's a positive 2 because Claire has gone past the meetup point. So for Claire, she goes 5, 10 feet in 2 seconds. And it's a positive because she's already past the meetup point. Remember, on the number line, the distance will be in positive and negative, but the time depends on which way the person is going, whether or not they're traveling east or west. All right, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. That's kind of like what we were working on earlier last week with those positive and negative velocity. I would like you to please work on the practice problems for this lesson. Have a great day. Bye.